Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Matt, and I am going to this time I'm going to share some of the moments I have had in my life, from the most embarrassing to the first time I rode a roller coaster. Hell, I'm even going to share, well, hell, just whatever I can think of, really. The most embarrassing moment of my life was in primary 6. I was 11 years old. Me and my friends decided we'd muck around in the toilets at the school. And I had this perfect idea to stand on top of one of the urinals. Then, yeah, I don't think you can guess where this is going. I heard a crack, so me and my friends just ran. And late in the following week, because this was on a Friday, we all got brought to an assembly hall, and there was an alleged though it was alleged that one of the urinals had come off the wall. Yep, I had torn down one of the urinals, and I got detention indoors, so I couldn't go out at break or lunch for for a week. I was pissed. And yeah, I can tell the teacher were probably pretty pissed as well, but I wanted to kill some of them. I was angry as hell. And yeah, when I was finally allowed out again, I steered clear from the toilets for a long time. Well, that was the most embarrassing moment of my life, and that took up like 2 minutes of the time we have just now. Well, first time I rode a roller coaster was in primary 7 when I was 12 years old. Yeah, 12 years old at M&D's. It was someone in my class's party. The entire class was invited. I really felt like shutting them down and not going at all, but because, well, there would be a reason behind that, a very good reason that I wouldn't want to go, but you'll find that out later. Well, I was in the same car as one of my friends, and we were on our way, and we just kept like messing around in the back, and it was actually really fun on the way there. But when we got there, we all had to go on the same roller coaster at the same time. We took up the entire thing. And the reason I didn't shut them down is because the parents of them, the 3 girls who had their birthdays, were paying, and I really didn't want to shut them down if they were being like that kind. And we all went on it, and I sat next to my best friend at that time, and I made it sound like I had so much fun. Walked off, I was practically shitting myself. The reason is because I have vertigo, which is an insane fear. Well, I don't think it's called vertigo. I've just got an insane fear of heights, and whenever I go on heights, I think I'm going to die, and I never really went on a roller coaster again after that. I think after that, I went with a group of my friends, and we went on this log thing, log water slide thing. Me and my friends went on it, and it was absolutely hilarious. Because I was sitting at the front when we got to the bottom once, and I got soaked. Then I steered clear and went to the back every single time. And I just watched as my friends got soaked. It was absolutely hilarious. And I enjoyed it a lot. It was the best moment of my life. It, and I actually don't regret going there. Because if I didn't go, I would have never ridden my first roller coaster. And I never would have had so much fun in my life. The only downside of it is I never went on any other ones, really, which I regret. And I started YouTube about, how would say, I started this channel about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, but I had another channel that I posted videos on a while back. Personally, I don't regret a thing, and I'm trying to share another moment, but I'm trying to think of what it is. Give me some time. I'll just share the best moment, what I think was the best moment of my life. The best moment of my life was during high school, actually. It was last year in summer when I went back to my favorite camp, my favorite holiday park. It was Craig Tarrow, near, very, very near. I think it actually is in England, probably. I went there and I learned how to swim in due to high school. I could never swim before, not at all. I couldn't swim whatsoever. I did learn to swim during high school. I was insanely happy, and all we did was front crawl, so that was the only one I learned. And when I went there, I could swim front crawl, and I was insanely happy that I was finally able to swim. And that was what I thought the best moment of my life was, because I could finally enjoy a pool properly instead of just running around. And also, it was the first time I ever went on a water slide. I was insanely happy. Well, anyway, and the worst moment of my life, hell, it was this year, almost 2 weeks ago, when I was doing swimming. Well, I would say it wasn't 2 weeks ago, but about 5 weeks ago, we were doing swimming, and we had to get in a group of two, and we had to do widths together, see how many we could build. We did none of us. No one chose me, so I was alone, and I managed to swim 11 widths, which I was insanely happy about. I managed to do that, and the next 2 weeks after, we had to learn breaststroke, which brings me to the worst moment of my life, because everyone was watching, and I couldn't swim breaststroke at all. Everyone watched as I nearly died, so I just started swimming front crawl instead, and things got better eventually. I slightly learned how to do the backstroke. Not not that well though. I can do it slightly, but not that well. And butterfly, it can just piss off. I'm never learning how to do that. Well, this brings me to the moment of my life when I was the most angry, and it was during primary 5. My friend, who I thought was my friend at least, started getting really annoying. So my initial thought was to try and be nice to him and he'll be nice to me, but no, he kept being an asshole. So my next thought was to kick him in the balls, so I did. I kicked him in the balls, got called an asshole by everyone, just went and sat in the corner and avoided everyone, and I was happy about it. I was insanely happy about that. And also, a moment I was in class, everyone decided to have an arm wrestling tournament. I beat numerous people in my class, except one person, and that was Gregor McGregor. He was in my primary school class, and he was the only person out of my entire primary 7 class to beat me, out of the boys at least. Yeah, I got beaten by a girl whose name shall not be mentioned because I was really embarrassed. And I have never beaten Gregor at an arm wrestle because he was the most athletic person in my class. I was the least athletic person in my class. Sort of like an unfair fight, really. It'd be sort of like the Japanese featherweight champion going up against the world heavyweight champion in boxing. Damn, that'd be brutal. So yeah, I was actually really glad that he beat me, cause I really didn't want to destroy his reputation. He was probably one of my best friends at the time as well. It was a really fun moment. Hell, quite a few people thought I would probably be able to beat him. I decided no, I wouldn't be able to beat him. That's probably why I wasn't able to. I mean, I was close, but he beat me. Hell, the next time we did it, our primary 7 teacher joined in, and everyone got their asses kicked by him. It was absolutely hilarious, and I really enjoyed it. Now, and there's another moment. I think my first friend. I will share my first friend with you for some reason. Well, his name was. It was in nursery, and I don't think I went to playgroup. At least I might have. Can't really remember. I would have been 2 at the time. But the first friend I remember was when I was in primary. When I was in nursery. He was called Douglas, and he was the only person I would ever hang out with. But before Whitman of the last year we were in nursery, well, I think you're only in for 1 year, but the the Whitman before we left nursery, he moved and we had to go somewhere else, and I was really really sad because he was the only person I ever talked to in nursery. Then I was really sad, but I was brought back up when I came into primary school and I met Rory Knott, Gregor, Ethan Combe, people like that. And I was brought back up and I was insanely happy at that time. My primary 1 class was so kind, and all the way up to primary 7 they will always be my best friends. They always will be. And there was, when I was 10 years old, my best friend was born. Well, my best friend was born. Sean Little, he was born, and we easily became best friends, and that's how it went. Well, and that's it. this is the end of the video. This has been Matt.